Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Wiki Deluxe Edition. Hopefully some of you, if not all of you, if not most of you, have seen the viewer challenge video thing that I did Sunday. It should be posted, and if you somehow missed it for some reason, you can always go back on my channel, or I should have a last time link thing in the description of every video that I post ever, basically, except for episodes of the first of the series that they're in, or whatever. But anyways, in the last week that I played this game, I played through these 6 tracks, and then I think, because I did the viewer challenge on Switch, like I did the viewer challenge on this track, I think it'd be kind of cool if I always did the viewer challenge on one of the 6 tracks that I do during that week. But I don't know exactly how well that's going to go, especially because I'm not really sure I want to do any viewer challenges on any of these tracks. Not necessarily that viewer challenges are not much harder, I suppose, but anyways, I'm going to go on to Cash Money, I think is the name of this track, which is another track where similar to the Great Divide, I do kind of have to split my defenses, but it's not quite as bad because the tracks do sort of overlap, or interlock, I guess, if that's the word that I was kind of going for. But they kind of overlap right here in the middle, and sort of at the edges as well, so it's not quite as bad as Great Divide, because as you can see, I can still use one tower to pop all the balloons, basically, just one Ninja Monkey, and obviously I can't pop every balloon, but with Seeking Shuriken, hopefully that should be good enough. I probably should have gotten, or bought the Ninja Discipline rather than the Seeking Shuriken, but I suppose it shouldn't really make too much of a difference, kind of. It probably does make a big difference, but oh well. I know that I mentioned in like the last episode, or an episode or two before that, the show Log Horizon, and I just want to repeat that it's an awesome show, especially if you enjoyed Sword Art Online, or probably maybe if you enjoyed Sword Art Online. It depends on why you enjoyed Sword Art Online, but generally, if you enjoyed it, you'll probably enjoy the other one. But anyways, aside from that, because I don't want to spend too much time just talking about that, and again, I'm losing some lives, which bothers me, so I'm going to stop using that, and I'm going to go with the Boomerang Thrower, because I have a Boomerang Thrower specialty building, I think, still, and maybe using Boomerang Throwers will be a better idea than using one Ninja Monkey, because especially having 2 of them should help with the whole prioritizing 2 different lanes and stuff. Now, this is another interesting dilemma, because I do kind of want them in the middle so that they're able to pop both sides. However, because of their range and everything, I think I'm going to move it down here a little bit, and then use that to have them more prioritize one lane. But then kind of the problem with that is, because of the direction that the balloons are going along this curve, it might be kind of bad, I guess, because they might miss the balloon, although it might actually be good depending on how it is, because the arc, as the balloons are coming down the path this way, then the arc will also follow down that path. But I'm not sure which direction I would want the balloons to be going on that arc in order to make it better for the balloon, or the Boomerang Throwers, to be able to pop that. I haven't really done that much thinking about that, I suppose, but I do know that specifically for Super Monkeys or for Dart Monkeys, and I guess for Boomerang Throwers as well, depending on which way they're going, either clockwise or counterclockwise, around the monkey, it can be kind of hard for them to pop it, just because if they're throwing it from their right hand, if they're going towards the monkey's left, then the dart will be coming out on the right side rather than like right in the middle or something. So that could be kind of bad, I guess, but I'm not really sure. I don't know if making the track go on reverse would make it easier. That's actually something I feel like trying out, or if you've already tested that theory and you know the answer to that question, then that'd be kind of cool. But although I do realize that because this track has water, I could have used the Buccaneer specialty building, and that would have been kind of cool / helpful and good and stuff. But obviously I did not, so can't really do much with that. I mean, I obviously could still use the Buccaneer, but having a specialty building would allow the Buccaneers to grant camo detection to my Boomerang Throwers, which would be pretty helpful. And again, because this track has 2 paths, and the paths end on opposite sides of the course, or opposite sides of the map, spike factories are not quite as helpful. They could still be helpful right here in the middle, but not quite the same, because they won't have as much time to put out some spikes before any Bloons get to them. Plus, they use boomerang throwers, so they're doing pretty good. Better than the Ninja Monkey. As far as getting rid of Bloons and stuff. And of course it is because they have double Ranga and specialty building, so the Ninja Monkey is at a bit of a disadvantage. Even if I was to build 2 Ninja Monkeys, then it wouldn't be as cost efficient as using 2 boomerang throwers, I think. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be as cost efficient because of the nature of their upgrades and everything. So I probably shouldn't have upgraded it in the middle of the course, because then that sort of stalls their attacks for a second. But couldn't get Glaive Ricochet on this one. I probably should have gotten Bionic Boomer, but I think I'm just going to go with Glaive Ricochet because I enjoy Glaive Ricochet, I guess, more than I do Bionic Boomer, because Glaive Ricochet has a higher pop cap than Bionic Boomer, I think, in my opinion. Not sure if that's entirely accurate, I guess. Well, I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't know. I'm not sure exactly if they've nerfed the Glaive Ricochet in this one, although I'm actually kind of surprised at how bad I'm doing. Not necessarily because, like, oh, I'm so great, I shouldn't lose lives, but just this track in particular is another track where I don't remember having a lot of problems with it. I don't remember really struggling on this track, but apparently right now I am kind of struggling, I guess. Not that bad. I mean, I've only lost 35 lives, so, I mean, it's not... no, wait. It's not that bad, and I kind of wasted a road spike on that one, but that's fine, I suppose. I need to remember to get camo detection and remember what track I'm on, and at the moment, it seems like Bionic Boomer is doing better, so I'm actually going to sell that one and replace it with the Bionic Boomer, because that would probably be good, I suppose. And again, there's that thing where as the Bloons are going along that side, it's making the Bionic Boomers kind of turn, and kind of worries me, just as far as whether or not they'll be able to pop everything well enough. But it shouldn't be too bad, I suppose. Let's see. Kind of want to use some Ice Towers, but I need some Anti-Moab first. Anti-Moab, or some good Anti-Moab, would be either Moab Maulers, which I think are probably the best Anti-Moab defenses, or I could use some Dartling Guns, which wouldn't be that great here. Well, probably would be pretty good if I place them on the top left and bottom right corners, because of being able to pop both tracks, or both sides of the track. Round 33 is when there's a whole bunch of yellow camo Bloons, which I think I might just use a Ninja Monkey for. But again, I'm not really sure, because the Ninja Monkey didn't do that great last time, although if it's just a bunch of yellows, should be fine, I suppose, depending on where I put it on the track. Because that's true, if I put it in the middle, then I guess the Bloons are kind of coming at it at the same time-ish. But if I put it on just like right here on the side, then we'll be popping that one, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really experimented that much on this track, but let's see, what else is good camo detection? The Monkey Buccaneer is pretty good. With 3,357, they could probably do pretty good, but I'm going to go for a Ninja Monkey. I'm going to try to put it like right in the middle, but it's a little too big to put right in the middle. This should be good enough, I think, with a double shot shuriken, or yeah, double shot, rather than Bloonjitsu Master. Especially with the distraction ability, it helps out a bit when dealing with not fully popped Bloons. But I think that's going to be it for the Ninja Monkey, because obviously don't need too much Ninja Monkey power. Let's see how good the Buccaneer can get. Okay, so it wouldn't have been able to pop camo unless I didn't get the Destroyer, but if I didn't get the Destroyer, then it might not have been quite good enough to deal with that. So, with costing 4,190, it's doing pretty good. It's basically like a, well, it probably has about the same popping power as the Bionic Boomer at the moment. I was going to say it's like another Bionic Boomer, but because of the arc and the whole double Ranga specialty building thing, it's not exactly the same as a Bionic Boomer. It just has a pretty good fire or attack rate and pierce rate and everything, so it's similar to the Bionic Boomer, but obviously not close enough to just say that it is a Bionic Boomer. So let's see. Right now I've got some camo lead defense because of the Destroyer. I don't have to worry so much about camo lead, because by the time there is camo lead, it's going to be around 59, I think. And at that point, I'm sure I'll have much stronger camo lead defense. As far as lead defense, everything here pops lead, that's fine. As far as camo defense, there's not that many camo Bloons. On round 42 there is, and I think at the end of round 37, yeah, right here. So yeah, I didn't need to worry about that very much. What else? Anti-Moab. That's where I'm weakest, I suppose. Regrow Bloons, don't need to worry about that because I've got fast attack rate on all my towers. Let's see, so with ceramics, I might have some trouble with ceramics. I'm not sure exactly how well Bionic Boomers do against ceramics. And I'm still not sure what the first round is where there's ceramics. I should try to pay attention to that. I don't think there's been any ceramics yet, but that's strange because I hear the noise as if it's a lead balloon, but I think that's because of the grape shot that's hitting it, because everything else has lead popping abilities. It's just the grapes that aren't able to. So at the moment, I've still got a few rounds till Moab class balloons, so I'm going to place another destroyer on this side. There you go. And still looking out for when there should be ceramics. I should be able to hear the noise. Yeah, right here. So around 40, I guess, is the first time the ceramics, and didn't do that bad. So right now my next priority is anti-Moab defense. And not sure exactly where I'm going to put the anti-Moab defense. If I could, if there wasn't water right here on the edge, I'd probably try to put some spike factories at the end, and then build it with Moab shredder spikes, which seems to be a little bit contradictory, or counterintuitive, because at the end of the track you would want the spike ball factory, because that's stronger against the ceramics than just normal balloons. However, if I put some Moab shredder spikes here, because the Moab class balloons have such a large hitbox, they should be popped, or they should be hit by the spikes and then pop down to regular balloons, which won't hit the spikes. So I think I've discussed that strategy before, so it would work pretty well, but because of that curve right here at the beginning, if I was to put the spike factory like right about here, then right here that wouldn't really work because obviously the hitbox isn't that huge. But and then if I put it right here, then that whole scenario of Moab shredder spikes being hit by normal balloons, and it's going to be round 45, and I've got quite a bit of money, so I've got some wiggle room, I suppose, to work with. And because of that, I think I'm going to go with, well, I would go with a balloon chipper, but I think I'd only have enough money for one balloon chipper. And I'm not sure which side that the Moab is going to come from. So actually, because this is just going to be one Moab Mauler, or I keep confusing Moab Mauler from Moab, but because it's just going to be one Moab, I am going to use a balloon chipper for this one, and then maybe even just for round 50, I'll just use one balloon chipper right in the middle, because I don't know which side it's going to come from. And right in the middle, once it pops the actual Moab layer, just dealing with 4 ceramics should be fine for either side of Bionic Boomer and Destroyer. And I am saving quite a bit, but that's more just because it's not really any plan or anything. So yeah, one Moab, definitely no match for a 4-2 balloon chipper. I feel like that should have a name, a specific name, a super wide funnel balloon chipper, I guess, super wide chipper, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to switch over to what's called Moab Maulers for my anti-Moab defense later on in this stage, I suppose. And also another random thing to talk about, in case you didn't see the viewer challenge video, because I'm pretty sure I talked about it during the viewer challenge video. There's this social media site specifically for like gamers and stuff called player.me. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description. I'm pretty sure I put a link in the description for in the last video, the viewer challenge video, so you could just look up that one, I guess. But I'll try to put that link also in this description in case you want to check that out, in case you need or feel like you could you would want to stay up to date as far as like me posting when I'm uploading a video, or when a video is going to be late, or anything like that. Ask for suggestions on videos. Maybe in the future, if I'm playing some game sort of like Hearthstone or something, just a game similar to Hearthstone in some way. I'm not really sure how to describe how it would be similar, but just to like ask for suggestions on things, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I've got quite a bit of money, so I should probably try to use that money. And I think just for right now, I'm going to get another balloon chipper, just to help deal with any Moab right here, which obviously I didn't need that much help with it, because having the other balloon chipper here is fine, and having them two right next to each other, probably not the best idea. I could probably put them closer to the beginning of the track to help out with Moab sooner. But again, because of the large hitbox and because of pretty decent range on the balloon chipper, they get popped pretty early anyways. And now, because of that, if I put them near the middle, then they've also got some range in the end, in case there's multiple Moabs. Then they've got more room to work with to pop the Moabs, which should be pretty good. Which, in that case, I think these balloon chippers are actually pretty decent defense against the Moabs. And also in that case, I guess I might stick with these as my main Moab defense. I might put 1 or 2 extras, just for when it gets down to the BFBs and multiple BFBs, so then a whole bunch more Moabs and all that. But aside from that, I think I'm going to go with some ice towers. And actually, before I do any of that, I should get a monkey village, and I'm actually going to try to build 2, which may not be a great idea because they don't really stack, I guess. I don't think they stack. I'm pretty sure having 2 jungle drums does not increase it any more than just the regular 15%, so it's probably a waste of money. Pretty sure it's a waste of money. Which actually, yeah, in that case, because I don't need it to be, I don't need the radar scanner to help out with the destroyers necessarily, because I wanted to have 2 just to be sure that I was able to get all of the towers within the range. But I don't really need to have, I should probably get the radar scanner on that one, but I don't really need to have the range, or the extra range and the extra jungle drums on 1 destroyer. So I guess I'll just leave it there, but I did want to keep it symmetrical and all that, keep the defenses even on each side, but I suppose it's not that important. So actually, wow, I just lost a bunch of lives. I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's odd, I guess, but because of that, and because I have so much money, I'm going to place an ice tower here and upgrade it to an Arctic Wind, and I do not have enough money to place another one, which is kind of lame, I suppose, but it doesn't really make that huge of a difference, because I know I will get enough money to place another one. And I should probably try using banana farms so I can use my monkey farmer more, because that's helpful, but just going to wait a little while so I can get another Arctic Wind. Going to wait till I can buy it all at once rather than just little bits at a time, so I just need to wait till I get about 7,600, which will only take maybe 1 more round, maybe 2. But the Arctic Wind is specifically to help out with whatchamacallit, with the, why am I blanking on the name, like the streams and clumps of balloons, like on round 63 and round 55, which is where I lost a bunch of lives just now. I could have probably prevented a lot of those lives being lost with an Arctic Wind, and actually because of the range of this, because of the way that works, I'm actually going to sell it and move it a little closer, probably moving a little too close to this side, but once I upgrade it to Arctic Wind, yeah, no, that's not going to work as well as I was thinking. Maybe if I put it here, because the boomerang thrower is like right where I'd like my ice tower to be. I think I'll keep it here, because I prefer the freezing happening right here rather than near the top, I suppose. So yeah, I'll keep it there, just because I want to get the most of its range, or the most track in its range as I can, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't want to put it like right here near the edge so that it's covering this like half of the curve, but then most of its range is outside of the track when it could be covering this side of the track as well. That way it's got coverage on both sides. Even if it doesn't have quite as much coverage here, it should still slow down the balloons, but I'm not sure exactly how much the actual freezing aura will affect that part. So let's see what's next. I've got clump busting with the ice, or at least it helps with the clump busting. Dealing with anti-Moab, the balloon chippers, which I'd say these are pretty good positions, because then they do cover most of the track because of the large hitbox on the Moabs. Destroyers are pretty helpful for just general balloon destruction, same with bionic boomers. Monkey Village helps with any whatchamacallit, camo defense. Grants camo detection to most of my towers. Obviously the destroyers are the only ones with innate camo detection, and obviously that one's not quite in the range. I could probably increase, or buy more upgrades to increase its range a little bit, and it might cover that one, but it doesn't make a huge difference. So let's see, what else can I buy to help out? I should probably buy some, I don't want to combine Moab Maulers with balloon chippers, because they not necessarily cancel each other out, but they don't really work well together the way that an ice tower and a bionic boomer would work well together. So because the way the balloon chippers work, they would suck it up and then just start doing all the damage while it's there, and then having the Moab Mauler would probably just increase the rate at which it destroys it, but because it destroys it pretty well already, I don't really think the Moab Maulers would be that important there, I guess. But let's see, round 63, so yeah, there's just a bunch of clumps that bionic boomer and destroyers can easily get rid of with the help of the ice tower. And I don't really need the Viral Frost because they're so close to the beginning of the track that the Viral Frost wouldn't really be that helpful, I suppose. Because the way the Viral Frost works is kind of like a Glaive Ricochet of freezing towers, basically. So you wouldn't really want to use too much Glaive Ricochet at the beginning of the track, unless you're expecting the balloons to kind of go past you towards the end, if that makes sense, just because there's not much room for it to clog up or be a stream for the Glaive Ricochet or the Viral Frost to affect it. So it's not really worth that much money to put into it. And it's already around 65, gonna have some BFBs and Moabs and stuff here. Let's see, what else can I do to increase this power of my defenses and everything? I could use some Super Monkeys, I suppose, or some Rings of Fire, just to help out a little bit. But it wouldn't be that important, because the Ice Towers are doing pretty well. Let's see, again, Balloon Chippers, they're doing pretty well, because they do have such large track coverage, because of the way that it's shaped and everything, and the large hitboxes and stuff. So I'm not really sure where else to improve upon, like which kind of defense I need to work on. I would think anti-Moab probably needs the most help, just because there becomes increasingly more Moab class balloons, but because they come from opposite sides, and I do have 2 Balloon Chippers, and they do have such great track coverage, I don't think I need to worry too much about anti-Moab defense. I think right now my anti-Clump defense might be lacking a bit, I guess, but I do have an Arctic Wind and a Binding Boomerang Destroyer on each side, so should be good. And I've got tons of money, so whatever side of defense I need that needs help, I guess I could do pretty easily, but now I'm not sure what needs my help. Let's see. I was gonna, well, yeah, I'll ask. What do you guys think at this point? What would be your strategic advice? Like, which type of defense would I need more help on? Because camo defense is really just general defense, because now camo balloons don't really have any weight, since all of my towers can detect camo. And I'm just going to buy the Monkey Town, because I don't really know what else to buy, and that'll increase the amount of money I get from stuff. Probably should have bought it earlier, since I do have 8,000 extra after buying it. So I guess I could try working on some more like distraction ninja monkeys, so that they're able to throw the balloons back, or some Disciple of Wind, Disciple of Air monkey apprentices to blow back balloons, but then I don't want to combine that with the Ice Tower, because then it's going to get rid of the actual frozen balloons, which doesn't make a huge difference, because all the frozen balloons are just going to be stuck there anyways, and then the Whirlwind is just going to knock them back a little bit. So yeah, I guess that wouldn't really be great defense, unless I put them like over here on the edges, near the end of the track, even though that's still attacking the beginning of the track on that side. So that's not quite as strong a defense. I could use some glue gunners, but again, they're not really that necessary because of how easily I'm destroying this. Although this is around 70, so it's just a bunch of camo rainbow balloons, which, because I have camo detection on everything, it's just a bunch of rainbow balloons. And I think I actually will get the high energy beacon after I place another monkey village. And I'm actually placing that monkey village there now, because now that I've got a monkey town with the laser, I'm set it to strongest, so it helps out with anti-Moab defense. Gonna put up another monkey beacon. I'm gonna try to get another high energy beacon, just because that's something that I enjoy using, even though I don't use it very often. What round was this? 71? Strange that that large clump was there. Probably just because of a bunch of Moabs that popped into ceramics and then didn't get completely destroyed right away or something. I don't know. I'm not actually sure how the jungle drum affects the monkey town, because I'm not entirely sure how the high energy beacon works, I guess. I mean, I kind of understand it, but like I don't know the specifics on how increased attack rate would help it. I mean, I kind of have an idea, because I understand how faster attack rate works and everything, even with a constant attack like high energy beacon, but still, I don't know. Because it's not exactly, I wouldn't really say it's like a constant effect. It's sort of like a damage over time with a really fast over time effect, I guess, and then just increased attack rate would increase the rate of that over time type of thing. Like if it was 15 times per second, then it would increase to like 16 times per second, which isn't obviously a huge increase, but you know, well, it'd probably be more than 15. Well, no, it probably would be 15 to 16 times per second. But anyways, and it's probably not that fast of 15 or 16, but anyways, let's see, because if it's doing 16 layers per second, that'd be pretty amazing, but don't think it's that strong. Maybe it is, but I have no idea. So yeah, now I'm just going to have to wait till I get to about 9,000 before I can get Monkey Town, and then another 11,000 until I get High Energy Beacon. So getting a Monkey Village, or not Monkey Village, Banana Farm would be pretty good. I always get these two confused by their names for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because they're so close and similar. Similar because they support towers, but I don't know. Anyways, round 74, obviously not that huge a deal. Although whenever I say that, it usually ends up meaning that that round is going to be a huge deal. How many of you are going to VidCon? I would kind of slightly assume that none of you, if not few of you, would be going to VidCon. Not necessarily as like a negative thing about you guys or anything, just that I feel like not, well, I guess fans of smaller channels don't usually go to VidCon, because then the smaller channels don't usually go to VidCon. I guess? I don't know. I'm not really sure exactly how that dynamic would work. I guess. I don't know. But I would assume it's mostly fans of bigger channels that would go to VidCon so that they can see the bigger channel people at VidCon, because that just seems like it makes sense in my head. But anyways, actually that's true. I didn't need to get Radar Scanner on this second one, although getting Radar Scanner does slightly increase the range of the Monkey Beacon, although because it has such a huge range already, don't really need to get that tiny little boost from the Radar Scanner, but it also just makes the tower itself look kind of cool. So yeah, after I'm done with Bloons Defense 5 Deluxe Edition, which isn't going to happen for like another 5 years, but probably not 5 years, but whenever I'm done with it, would you guys want me to go back and do like Bloons Defense 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, or would you just want me to move on to other games? I would kind of assume that, oh wow, that was really close, and never mind, it's closer than I thought. So I ran out of lives in round 77 because of not strong enough Moab defense. So in that case, I'm actually going to sell that one. And get 2 more Bloon Chippers, if not more than 2 more Bloon Chippers, because that was a lot of Moabs, and I'm probably misjudging what exactly took me down. But let's see, probably get some bomb towers, but not Moab Maulers. I can go for Bloon Impact, which I don't think, yeah, I'm not going to have enough for 2 of those, but having another one might be helpful, I guess. Even if it's not Bloon Impact, just the Cluster Bomb. So I'm going to use that to help slow down the actual ceramic balloons that come out of it, in cooperation with the Ice Tower, of course. Not really sure exactly how powerful the destroyers are doing in comparison to all these, because I think they're better like early to mid-game towers, not necessarily great late game, just because they do have good attack rate, but then because of all the towers that you have to deal with later on, probably not as great, I suppose. But having extra Bloon Chippers is pretty helpful to get rid of the Moab class balloons earlier on, and then having the Bloon Impact is helpful for getting rid of the clumps of balloons that come out of all those massive Moabs, or those clumps of Moabs. And I think that should be alright. Yeah, I can get Bloon Impact on that one. So having the second Monkey Village was probably a bad idea, obviously, because it did basically cost me the game. Or not cost me the game, but cost me a continue. Which I'm much more okay with using now that I'm getting like 900 cash, or 900 monkey money from each game, so that then I could use like 2 or 3 and still make a profit on monkey money. I don't want to use 2 or 3 continues per game, because then I'm making a really smaller, or a much smaller amount of monkey money per game, but since I'm getting 900, spending 200 isn't that bad, because I'm still getting 700 total, which is pretty helpful, I suppose, I guess, I don't know. Alright, so having 1 Monkey Village in general just to give camo detection and jungle drums and all that is pretty helpful. And then having it be a high energy beacon is also helpful just to deal with a couple extra balloons. Because it's got 11,000 pops already. This one has 25,000, so obviously not a huge help. Ice Tower, their main purpose isn't necessarily to pop things, just to slow them down and freeze them. So don't really mind that they have less pop count than the high energy beacon, which is also kind of just a support tower. And then let's see, these, they don't have that many pops, specifically the ones that I just bought, but the Bloon Chippers, they don't have that many pops because, or pop count, because they're not necessarily focused on the actual balloons, they're just on the Moab Mauler, or Moab class balloons, so it doesn't really make that big a difference. And the Cluster Bomb, even though I just bought them, they're actually getting quite a bit of popping power, or pop count, because of their wide range and everything. And then Boomerang Thrower, they've got a whole bunch, 71,000 and 61,000, that's crazy. But let's see, I could probably use some more anti-Moab defense, because again, I think that's what was my problem, I guess. with the previous rounds, although there's getting to be a lot of clumps. So I could use some Glaive Ricochet, and here I think they might actually be multiplying because of the regrow balloons, but they're not quite multiplying fast enough to get past my defenses. And I meant to save real quick, but obviously that didn't happen. Can you get a glue gunner? I usually don't get glue gunners, as you may have noticed. Not necessarily because they're not that great or anything, just because they're not able to pop. Moab class balloons, and I'm actually going to set them to strongest, because even though they can't pop Moab class balloons, so they're not going to attack the Moab class balloons, which are generally the strongest, they should focus more on the ceramic balloons whenever there are some within their range, which will be helpful to pop those, or to get glue on them. One, to slow them down, even though I don't think the glue slows down ceramic balloons because of their ceramiciness, but it does pop them, obviously, not that amazingly, but because of the Bloon Dissolver, it will pop twice every second, which is pretty good, and then Bloon Liquefier pops balloons 10 times every second, which is 5 times faster than the Bloon Dissolver, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. And obviously that's just going to help out generally with the clumps. Not amazing, but it should help out, and this is a lot of balloons on the screen. A lot of camo regrow. Again, camo doesn't make a huge difference because all my towers have camo detection, but the regrow does make a difference when dealing with balloon impact, ice, and glue. However, having the boomerang thrower and or the bionic boomer specifically, and the destroyer is very helpful dealing with that. And having the balloon liquefier is really important. If it was on the right side upgrade, so I could glue more balloons rather than pop more balloons, I suppose, or pop balloons faster, then the glue would not be very good for regrows, because when you only have a when you only have a level 2 on the left side for a glue gunner, where it's just regular corrosive glue, then they don't pop the balloons quite as fast as they regrow. So that can lead to multiplying regrow balloons, but when you do have the Bloon Dissolver, the one right before Bloon Liquefier, then it's faster than it regrows, so it does help pop them, even if it does take a little while longer than normal balloons. And then the Bloon Liquefier just totally gets rid of regrow balloons. You really don't have to worry about them being regrow. But then of course having Bloon Impact and Ice Tower combo, it's really dangerous when you get down to the Zebra Bloon layer, because then if you don't have any other defenses, then you can't really get past the Zebra Bloon layer, and then that's what lets them multiply and everything, which is why I use the Glue Gunner in combination with that sometimes, because then the Glue Gunner can pop through the Zebra Bloon layer, but then of course you still have to worry about actually having the Bloon Dissolver. And this is another time when I don't think the Bloon Impact, or the Bloon Chipper, is doing that great job, because right now I'm right about to lose again. Because they're not able to pop all of those Moab class balloons fast enough. So I'm actually going to sell the balloon chippers now and go back to Moab Mauler defenses. Going to try to put them right near the middle still, so that they have enough range to cover a lot of balloons. And it'd be nice if there was a button just to duplicate your tower that you're placing. Rather than have to buy another one and then upgrade it all the way. If you could just like duplicate it, if you have enough money, of course, and then just place the duplicated tower, that'd be kind of cool. Alright, so not sure how much I'm going to be able to afford. Hopefully like 4 or 5 on each side, because that would be pretty nice to have. And of course I'm not going for the Moab Assassin, because I'm pretty sure that only gives it the activated ability and doesn't actually increase any of its other stats, which of course the activated ability is pretty good, but I tend to not use activated abilities, in case you don't remember that, or if you're new and haven't heard me talk about how I don't use activated abilities. So, let's just see, I've got plenty of money, so I could definitely use a couple more Moab Maulers, which again, in case you don't remember or are new, don't know that I say it, I tend to confuse Moab Maulers and Moabs whenever I'm talking about them. Not necessarily that I'm confused about which one it is, it's just that I generally say one when I mean the other. So I can probably actually put 6 of these in on each side, which is pretty cool. Well, probably more like 7 or 8. And I should probably try to put them on the outside of this little curve, I guess, like over here on this side, even though it's not quite the area that I'd like them to be in, but since I've got enough money to place more of them, might as well. And alright, so I've still got 10,000 cash. And what should I use it on? I'll use a Ring of Fire right about here, because then I know that I'm going to get increased range. But just using Rings of Fire here just to help out a little bit with general balloon popping, because I know that's also an area where I need a little bit more help. And with 2,000 extra cash, I'm sure I could buy other stuff that would be helpful, but I'm just going to stick with that. So now with all these Moab Maulers, I'll be able to take down Moab class balloons much faster than a balloon shipper, and because of their area of effect, I don't have to worry about it only affecting one Moab at a time. Although the problem I always have with it is that because they're set to strongest, there may be times when they're attacking the balloons near the back, the Moab class balloons near the back that are stronger, but because they don't necessarily destroy it in one hit, then some Moabs may start making their way past that area. But because they're at half health, and because they will actually be hit by some Moab Maulers along the way, then all the other towers should be pretty helpful at getting rid of the Moab class layer as well. Alright, so Moab Maulers are definitely better at destroying multiple Moab class balloons, while the balloon shippers are better at destroying single Moab class balloons. And alright, so you had to use 2 continues, so that cost 400 monkey money, so I only got like a 500 increase, which isn't amazing, but still pretty good. Alright, so this whole week I'm going to be doing, well, I already did Cash Money, then Scorched Earth, Rink Revenge, Ascension, Railtrack, and Clock. So starting with one of my favorites, even though I had more trouble with it than I thought I would, and then I'm going to be ending with one of my favorites, which I really hope I don't have more trouble than I think I will. And then in the middle there's 2 tracks I've never played before. I think I've played Rink Revenge, I don't remember. And I played Scorched Earth on a co-op game once, but not really that familiar with it. And then Ascension, I kind of expect to have trouble with it, but I slightly kind of don't expect to have trouble with it. And Railtrack, I know I'm going to have trouble with, because I did really terrible the first 2 times I did that track. But yeah, so that's going to be the schedule, I guess, for this week. And I was kind of thinking it'd be kind of cool if I put like annotations on each of these little squares, so you could just click that annotation by the end of the week and then go to that video. But I'm not really sure if that would be worth all the trouble I'd have to go through. Plus, mobile users wouldn't be able to use it, and I'd have to put links in the description and all that. And the description is already totally filled with links to awesome stuff. Well, I've kind of trimmed down, but anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.